Welcome to our first episode of What Would You Say to Your Best Friend? Now, before we begin, I want to share a quote with you, and it reads: In action, it breeds doubt and fear, but action, it breeds confidence and courage. So, I want to start out by sharing some of my own struggles with self doubt and fear, and how some of these feelings they begin to hold me back from pursuing my passions and even my own achieving my own goals. Now, for me, the root of self doubt and fear was the lack of confidence and the unknown. Not knowing if my ideas would be accepted, not knowing if I shared what I wanted to share, whether people would receive it, just the unknown, not knowing what would happen if I would move and do the things, and even be my true, authentic self, if people would accept it. But if I could be transparent, I want to share a short story with you. Now, I have been had the opportunity to be in some amazing rooms, and there were some amazing people in those rooms. But if I was not intentional about believing that I belong in those rooms, fear and self-doubt, they would often hinder me from showing up my best self. And they would also hinder me from even speaking. But it was when I began to silence those negative thoughts and that negative self talk and begin to replace it with positive words, affirmations, and things of that nature. That's when I began to have the confidence and the courage to speak up and to share and even receive while in those rooms. So, having compassion and identifying limiting beliefs, they are two things that can help you when it comes to, overcoming self-doubt and fear. Woo, had to take a breath after that. So when it comes to replacing the negative self-talk and things of that nature, we want to begin to start by treating ourselves with kindness, showing empathy, being understanding, being compassionate with ourselves. When it comes to those limiting beliefs, we want to begin to silence those limiting beliefs with the truth that I can do all things through Christ to strengthen me, that I'm capable of doing whatever it is that I've set out my mind to do, that I am capable of garnering unto me the resources and the things that I need to do whatever it is that I'm trying to do, telling myself that I am the head and not the tail, that I am above and not beneath. So as we begin to replace those limiting beliefs with the truth, it could be the truth of the most important one would be the truth of who God says you are, the truth of what God says that you can do. When we begin to apply those principles in our lives, it makes the world of a difference. So remember, it's when we take action that fear and doubt is replaced with confidence and courage. But self doubt and fear, think it not strange. It's a natural part of life. Sometimes it creeps up along our journey, but we don't have to remain there. It doesn't have to define our journey. But with courage and determination and support, we can overcome fears and begin to unlock the potential and all of the amazing things that are waiting to be unleashed inside of each and every one of you. So I want you to remember that self doubt and fear, it doesn't have to control us. It doesn't have to hinder us. It doesn't have to prevent us from moving and doing the things that we desire to do. And there's one more thought that I wanted to mention also when it comes to overcoming self doubt and fear, and that's remembering your why. Remembering why you were in the room, remembering why you decided to take the class, remembering why you decided that you want to be more conscious of your eating habits, remembering why you chose to exercise, remembering why, whatever it is that you're doing, remembering that why, again, it truly does make a difference. So as we begin to overcome self doubt and fear, begin to replace it with positive things. Remembering affirmations, remembering your why, causing those things that are not, calling those things that are not as though they already are. Just remembering who God says you are, speaking the truth of God in your life. All of these things, again, it will help you tremendously when it comes to removing self doubt and fear in our lives. And those things will help us and equip us to be able to become our own BFF, to be able to be bold, fulfilled, and free. So until next time, please feel free to send in your questions that you would like to ask your best friend, and maybe I could share and tell you what I would say if you were my best friend. And you can email your questions to navigatinglife28@gmail.com. I also will have that email address in the description, and I'm looking forward to answering your questions. So, again, until next time, be bold, fulfilled, and free. Take care.